there's concern there. And so then I would say, maybe an option is listing your current home subject to choice of finding your next home.
The home of choice thing is really nice because it gives people that flexibility and not feeling like pressured to make a quick decision.
Right.
Like, so if you list your property, right, and let's say you want $300,000 for the home that you're selling, and maybe you get that offer right away, but you haven't lined something up. That home of choice contingency in there allows you to kind of take your time and make sure you're making the right decision. But the peace of mind that I'll give people now is, like, in the nature of our market, you don't really have to do that. You don't have to be pressured to write an offer not subject to sale, not a thing, but it's a little bit more of a calm market. It's balanced. Both sides understand.
Take a little more time to think sometimes.
Like, there's some emotion tied to both sides of this. And I think that's a very, very good thing for both sides. Buyers, and like, I know this transition's happening, and so I want to start looking at houses. And this was probably 12 months before they knew they were going to close, and they were constricted on the timeline because it was all related to a job change. Well, if it's, let's say that job change is happening in July, well, you can't look at houses in December of the previous year because the odds of those listings still being available when you're making that transition are pretty small. So that's one thing that I would tell people is, like, when you're starting really, really early in the process, which is not a bad thing, I would always encourage people to do that rather than the opposite. But if you're going to start looking at houses now and for a fact you're not going to move 12 months from now, just got to be prepared that house that you're going to fall in love with online probably is not going to be for sale 12 months from now.
That's why it's good to talk with somebody early on, go through these pros and cons.
We talk about this almost every episode, but it just comes back and stems back to their goals. And we're just here to help navigate it.